but 8.
Each.
Just on the forcing the gymnast to do a D for the special requirement, wouldn't that put more risk on the athletes if they're trying to get that extra point 2? That places more risk for the athletes. We're talking about safeguarding, and it may also lead to if they've only got one of those elements, to more elements not being recognised, so then they don't get that special requirement at all, which might lead to more inquiries and then make the competition go longer. I just worry that the risk, more athletes are going to try and get the D on each element group, putting them at risk, coaches potentially forcing their athletes to go for the D rather than the A, B or C. So I'd be in favour of, if you've got the element group within your 8 or 10, then that should be enough to get your 0.5. Less risk on the athletes, more safe for the athletes.
Great point, thank you so much. But yes and no. We know that gymnasts, it's a life training and education and model of operating. So now we change, but we are hoping to have the new philosophy of the gymnast since 10 years old. He understands that right now I have only A, next time I will be B. It's natural. It's like a progression also. Why not? For the current situation when it will be coaches pushing too much, or by the gymnasts could be pushing. Right now we could face some problems, but like a generally like a progression, it's not bad. Like year by year, like a good plan for a gymnast to survive in this sport. Today A, tomorrow B, in 1 year C, and so on. It's like I just came to this idea right now, and I totally agree that it could be if you just pushing your gymnast and gymnast by himself. Okay, now I need these two tens. But the same happens right now with 10 elements. 8 elements for everybody, for example, very clear. And during World Cups, the people who is doing here 10D, during World Cups it was 7D and plus 2A, even sometimes not 10 elements. So in this regard, it's we have to think, and this is today the first point to think about the future.
I think 8 elements is a good idea because it's more healthy for the gymnasts, especially for the all-rounds. You have to do so long routines. And the juniors already have the chance to get no deductions if they are only doing 6 elements now. So it's already differentiated.
Yeah.
And the women showed that it's possible to show very nice and high routines only with 8 elements.
Thank you so much. Yes, 8 elements for women works very well, and still they got a gap between the best and worst, and so it's maybe will be not a gap in men's artistic, but also in 2-3 years we came to the not to the problem but to the reality. The best countries, the best gymnasts will get the same 8 skills but much better and with big success. Ilan?
Yeah, I'd like to also comment something from the point of view of a commentator on TV. I do that for 30 years, and I see also this kind of point of view. We are watching Olympic Games, World Championships. Let's take, for example, athletics or swimming. So we know about Usain Bolt or Michael Phelps, and we are always sitting, expecting, watching, will he break the world record? So we don't have in gymnastics a world record. Why not saying from one cycle to another cycle, this is the score to break? We have the score from last Olympics. In this cycle, he is the new he's holding the new record. This is something for the media, and I think that the FIG. Sorry that I'm saying it, it's a little bit weak compared to other disciplines in sport with the social media and that. I know that the FIG is not a poor federation. They have some money. They should invest more in promoting our stars, our best gymnasts. I'm talking what Ismail was saying before. We should invest more money in that and lift our stars higher in social media, because this is what is working now. That's life today.
Thank you, Ilan. Totally agree. Yes.
Maybe about the popularity of our sport, I also agree with Turkey and what Mr. told now. It's maybe not the problem of our sport, because yesterday and 2019, 2018, the time final was really big spectacle. It's maybe the way that we are selling this spectacle. If I think about Formula One, now with Netflix, it's much more popular, because I don't know how they did. Maybe it's the federation of the Formula One. They make it like it's a movie, and now the people, it's okay, it's fun, it's great. I think our sport is great. Our sport is spectacular. Our sport, it's funny, because it's never end until the end. And the last 3 years show that. But we didn't use this spectacle to promote our sport. Only the people who know gymnastics so it's maybe just need for the FIG to have some invest with popular channels like Netflix or other one, to make the promotion of the sport, because I think there are something to share with the big publics.
Thank you very much for sharing with us. I believe that we have to make some stories, good or bad. Remember, before Tokyo Olympic, it was stories about preparation of 3 girls from different countries. It was interesting stories. And of course, that's in this regard, we have to follow each competition with some heroes of our sport. How? It is very difficult for Ushimura, who is the big star for all professionals, for us, but he was competing few times in a year, I believe. All around is not an easy task. And all around competition or team competition like biathlon, it's fantastic. Everybody likes to watch this. In this regard, yes, we have to create some stars, we have to create some stories, and commentators have to help us in this regard. And
the Tokyo Olympic Games, the men's team final was the most watched gymnastic event in the Olympic Games. I think it was top 5 of any televised event. So when we do it really well, the audiences watch. The Munich, I think, men's team final was also the most popular event. And myself and Ismail sit on the TV and Brand Commission, and FIG, I think, now have opened the door. They realise there is more to do. I think they've been probably a little bit closed up until now. There's a group of people with some good ideas, but again, if there are any ideas here, please contact myself and Ismail, and we'll take it back to that commission. So the appetite is there, we have an amazing sport, we have some amazing formats, but there's also a need for us to break tradition and do things a bit differently. The formats need to change. You know, no one wants to sit for 2.5 hours watching an all-round final. The 90 minutes of a team final, I think, works really well. Maybe we need to try and do some things a bit differently. Thank you.
great conversation. Thank you very much, everyone. More? Hardy, thank you.
So I think I have a very important one, not exactly in code of points, but about our story. And I'll make this as a declaration that sport as important as world championships and an Olympic sport cannot divide by 3 to come up with the scores. Because you get official results, they're officially wrong results in many cases, in too many cases. I'll give you an example, and the reason I feel strongly, I've felt strongly about this all my life, because in 1967, 1967, I competed and I won a competition that was really a tie. So it was compulsory optional, 12 events, but just to simplify, one gymnast got 833 and an 833, so that's 16.66. I got an 8 and an 866, but at that time it was properly rounded off by mathematics to 67. I got 867 plus 8, 1667. So I won only because they dropped decimals and rounded off. So I tried to explain this when FIG first went in the direction of dividing by 3. I've written about it. And in every one of the world championships that it's been used, this has occurred a lot. So where do we get justice? For example, in the example I just gave, if we go to fractions, if we go 8 1/3, 8 1/3, 16s and 2/3. 8 and 8 2/3, 16s and 2/3. So it's no longer decimals. So that was one way to get justice, but it's a complication for what we do now. So does this happen now? Well, for women, it happened at the 8th and 9th, 10th, 11th, 16th, 17th. I didn't look further down. For men, it happened 22nd, 23rd, 9th, 10th, and 2nd and 3rd is incorrect, because they're 1/1000th of a point apart. So what happened in the person that is currently second from the qualification day, we drop, FIG drops the 6. They just dropped the last number, which is another problem. But he lost a 6, and he lost a 6, and he lost a 3. So it's 0015. The person that's third lost a 6, lost a 6, lost a 6, lost a 3, lost a 3. He lost 0024. Just because FIG decided to not give him those numbers. And
luckily,
so
I see.
Hardy, so the tiebreak rule make the order correct.
Well, but in this particular case, but in fact, if they went to the 6-7 rather than 6-6, they'd also be tied. But the number of places where people are 1/10 apart, then they're actually equal in score, only because we use this 3-3-3. So there are solutions, of course, go back to divide by 4. Some divide by 2 is not enough because you get too many equal scores. But imposing fractions afterwards is also problematic. But if we want to go to 8 judges, we can drop bottom 2, average 4. If we want to go to 6 judges, drop 1, 1, average 4. If we want to keep 7 judges, then I would give the benefit to the gymnast, drop bottom 2, top 1, average the remaining 4. I think we need a solution that doesn't divide by 3.
I'm very familiar with this issue, and Tom Tingold signalized about that. And I was in a competition when 1,000 divided the 2 American girls, all-arounders, and sometimes it's happened on vault because of two vaults. It's very common situation. So. Or median score, the median in 7, which is not perfect, but in statistic it's a perfect mathematic method, or like you said, two button, 1 up, it's 4, and 4 it's always like this. It's could help. It's still issue for Mori Roundtable, and I'm pretty happy that we raise here some topics which is very important for executive board, and I'm happy to have Suat Selen here, our vice president, and Nelly Kim, She was always with us, but just came. Thank you so much. Yes, it's an issue, and we are looking forward to solve it in the future.
Afro. I have a very simple, proposal. As a judge for over 20 years, I see so many injuries during different competition and also in training. So one thing, is it possible in the coming future? We have add a bonus point for some gymnasts who can have the stick landing. For example, for the for exercise, if they have the perform the all pass with the stick landing, maybe we can award something additional. Score for them, and also for the other athletes. For the dismount is the most important because I see still so many gymnasts. They tend to do very high difficulty, and they only want to earn the D score. But unfortunately, the many landing mistake, or some of them maybe have some injury. So I think that it may be possible. To have additional point. To award. Those gymnasts who have the stick landing. And the second thing is about the tie breaking rules. In the tie breaking rules, normally for the other athletes, actually we count the E score first, and then for the D score. But in the round athletes is something, different point of view. In round, normally, the first criteria is that who can have the achieve higher single round score. Will be break the tie break, and then will be the E and then D. But actually, for example, in Tokyo Olympic, in the qualification and also in the event final, and also for this European Championship, it's also happened the time breaks. One gymnast had the stick landing, and other gymnast may be higher difficulty, more than 0.4, but relative not stable landing. But finally, the gymnast who had one round with higher difficulty, but relative non-stable landing, he is in favor. So I seen something like this situation. Is this something, I think maybe something contradiction to the principle behind? Thank you.
Thank you for your question, and totally agree, and I'm happy to present Naomi Valenza, Competition Commission President, and she is really responsible of this issue, and I'm totally agree for we are ready to change tie-break rules. Not ready. I'm personally, because it was my case on vault, and why is the different approach? Why to count the best vault, but other apparatus are doing differently. E. So it's logically for me, for final on vault, just count totally simple sum of 2E and no problem. Just done. First step. Second step, 2D. If it is the same, bye-bye. Okay, equal. Believe me, I was wondered that you mentioned 1967 some events, but I was bored. But I also remember about the tie-break rules. It was very strange rules, and somehow 97 Lausanne floor exercises, tie results between Igor Vikhrov and a Spanish one, Defer. And one of them went to the final second note because it was the rules. You have average results of the your apparatus doing, and who got more preference. But Vikhrov was all-arounder with all-around score, average results of 9-0, and Defer got only two apparatus, floor and vault, with average results 9.2. And if you compare Igor Vikhrov with only those two apparatus, Vikrov could be in front because average of two apparatus was 9.3. So it was strange situation after we has changed and changed and changed more. Now we came really good in logical point of view. This E first step, D second step, and then tie, which is okay. Maybe better just to keep it tie like it is. Why not? Everybody deserves, but after what happened in Glasgow bars, uneven, so maybe it was a case for gold medal. Another topic, you said? Another?
Landing bonus.
Landing bonus. Good proposal, but we have to investigate what's gonna happen, because it is you know, it's a new, and without any testing of the system it is impossible to have it. I know that United States got it already, or maybe before it was stick with one bonus, and I don't believe gymnasts do not want to stick. Just they are so tired after 9 elements before this month and doesn't care about the stick, just be survive. Yes?
Yes, can I just had 2 remarks or questions that I prepared before to come here. First, it's about the element groups with maximum two elements of these groups. Why we are doing this restriction for some kind of element and not for other one? I mean, 2 speech on P-bars, but 3 Moi, Bavzar and Tippel, it's okay. What is the rules? And the same on floor. Why we are not doing 2 double front, 2 double back, 2 twisting front, 2 twisting back, and then we have a lot of variation in the floor exercise, and maybe the gymnasts need to use the acrobatics skills because the restriction it's okay. Because
you mean gymnastic skills? Because you used 2 double, 2 double, yes. 2 twists, and then some gymnastic skills. Very good, really interesting, and we are looking forward to modify something in this regard, because it's not some complication of the regulation and rules. It just follow strategy for all apparatus. That's why we use right now panel course with restrictions of 2 of each direction for travel, each direction for spindle, each directions for some Russians. That it's
a good
done.
One.
For P-bars, we still have some lack of this restrictions, how to say, or special directions because of uprise forward with Tsolakidis, with Stutz, with Diamidov uprise, and everybody well prepared now. Maybe it is the way, but it's one other restrictions. We are facing some problem in the past. We just think that if we cut something in the future, we not anymore got some problem. Gymnasts are smart, coaches also smart, they find the way. And this is not a cheating way, it's just they modify, they find the way to be on the podium and have best result.
And the last one was just a question about it. It's possible to have the high bar higher for high gymnasts, but not possible for the P-bars. But it's still so easy to upraise the P-bars, and it's for me sometimes unfair because there are gymnasts that can do giant diameter, and then they are maybe at 18, 10 centimeters higher, and they can do that because they touch with the knee. But in fact, they can do that, and it's possible to change the high bar, but not the P-bars. It's like, why? It's easier to change the P-bar than the high bar.
So it was easy solution from technical committee last cycle to raise the P-bars of 5 centimeters. It was, but what we faced in a problem that manufacturer have to taste it And if you think that in your hall, in your gym, it's easy to rise 5 centimeters, but by some testing procedure, they face that they need another stance. Another stance mean totally different apparatus, and it's another round of paying money. So much money we spend for long competition, for many events you have to participate because you want to have this selection to World Championships. So an addition, and comparing with other sport, just ball and go. So our sport right now is more complicated in this regard. This is easy, but not easy.
Can be on request.
Yes, we put in our notes for sure. What is your name? Jantis.
First of all, I would like to follow the idea of having bonus for the stick landings. I believe this is one of the most important situations for the audience. This is the only thing for the rest of the world knows nothing about gymnastics, but they see stick landing. Perfect, this is perfect gymnastics. And I believe this is something creates more this kind of gymnastics is beautiful and it's perfect. And then maybe also the gymnast think about makes it sense to have double twist at the end, or I do a single twist with a stick landing, I get 1/10 bonus, whatever, instead of 3/10 deduction. So I believe that could it make it a little bit more attractive for the audience, the spectators on the spectator seats, maybe also in the TV. I believe we can make much better in public relation. I saw also the competition for the girls. They did beautiful gymnastics, but if 3 girls do at the same time the routines, and we wait 3 minutes for the scores, that's not attractive. And I believe our sport is not a live sport for the TV. In my opinion, our sport should be a real life with highlights, who's the best teams, and at the last apparatus, that should be live in the TV, in my opinion. Because then we know, okay, where is in the lead, how far it is, how close it is for the next teams. Then you can create like I don't know in English, a topic, high point, and then now let's go. And I think that's more interesting for the TVs channels to create more interest in gymnastics. I'm not sure about 8 elements. I'm a little bit afraid that also gymnasts are not best prepared for elements, try to do as hard as possible. I believe that in the moment with 10 elements they can do maybe the 7s, 8 and 9s is a C, clean and fine, and then they go for the 7s and 8s all in, and that makes it maybe more dangerous, and we don't save them in the sports because we reduce the number of elements. Maybe we're bringing in a little bit more difficult situation because they have to try to have more difficulty than only 8 elements. And I would like to have 8 elements for juniors, and maybe it's an option, okay, we go to seniors to 10. But I absolutely agree, for the all-arounders it's really hard. I absolutely agree, it's 10 elements, it's really hard for all-arounders doing it all the time. Something else? No, thank you.
Thank you so much. Totally agree. This point was amazing with the stick landing, comparing with, not comparing, just in regard of spectators, they really could understand it. Maybe it's a very small topic to be involved to watch gymnastics, but yes, why not? Why not? Just another topic you just mentioned about 8 skills, 10 skills. Now it's so open world, and no one gymnast could be pushed by anyone, because now he can study himself in YouTube how to do these elements, and they understand much better than us, the gymnasts, and some people, why they need this one comparing this one element. And okay, yes, situation. This is exactly what we faced last time, that could be two triple